Okay, today is Monday, March 19th, March 9th, and as usual, as the wheels on the bus go round and round, retarded shit over and over, but legit. Okay, since a few days before Trumpy decided to hit Iran, I started surfing YouTube, not BitChute, because I completely agree with the angry hobo. BitChute is just full of shit. Supposedly freedom loving, fuck all that. Let's get past that. Anyway, so I've been paying attention to watching people's videos or skipping through them. Food shortages, oil shortages, and what else goes on there? Oh, the price of oil and all that shit. And I want to specifically address that here in just a minute, specifically regarding the oil shortages, thus the higher gas prices here in the United States, which are rising. It's fake, it's fraud, and it's price gouging, and I will show why in just a moment. But of all the shit that's being shorted right now because of the Strait of Hormuz being shut down is the fertilizer, because they need this for the crops, and obviously with spring right around the corner. And as we've seen, spring is here now in a lot of states, setting heat records. 106 somewhere in Texas a week or two ago. But anyway, of course, we got the ammonia. The fertilizer shit. You can Google this shit yourself. The U.S. typically does not import directly from this region, but removing it from the global supply puts pressure on. Of course it does. Sulfur, phosphates, natural gas. One or two. This is all saying this. I just Googled different articles, but you get the picture. But of course, this very much depends on how long this goes on. You just can't, because the fear porn, it's mostly fear porn. Go watch the videos on especially YouTube, because like I said, I've been paying attention to BitChute. Oh my God, the food shortages are already here. Look at this is missing off the shelf. That's other factors go into that. The very, very largest, and as I have not said in some time, even though I addressed it kind of a video or two ago, anything that goes on now in the world, run that through the filter first of climate change, i.e. brought about mostly by geoengineering, meaning they are killing this planet. So any move, especially our country is making, first run it through the filter of climate change, i.e. needing produce, needing livestock, and we don't need, is Iran part about the oil? Of course is, but the United States, when I say we, United States, we do not need the oil, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. The news doesn't talk about it. These truther, prepper, freedom-loving American channels on YouTube and BitChute don't talk about it, and because it fucks off their fear-mongering, selling their products. But let me get right to it before I get into different things and screw up my brain here. Let's pause here. The United States gets very, very little from the Middle East. Where does most of our oil come from? Canada. By far, up to 61%, followed by Mexico. And now you could throw in Venezuela. That's more bullshit of why. Let's pop over here. This is from 23. We're not suddenly increasing oil from 23 until now. But anyway, there you go. The point I'm trying to address is, it's a fact, everybody should know it, that when oil prices are fixed and they raise gas prices around the world, it goes by OPEC or whatever they call them, other oil things, and they set the price. Okay? The United States not getting, it's 5% or less oil from the Middle East, we don't need to change our prices. We get most of our oil from Canada and Mexico, and now Trump could bring over fucking boatloads of oil whenever they want to, and I'm sure they've already did it with those 5, 6, or 8 ships they confiscated for whatever various reasons. That's why they did Venezuela first. And as I addressed previously, my last video or the one before it, we're going to see price. Watch. In the movies, you see, wait for it, wait for it. Trump's going to come in on his white horse and lower gas prices and say it's because of the Venezuelan oil. And all. Anyway, we don't get our oil from over there. They fix the prices through OPEC, and to me, that's price gouging and fakeness and fraudness. But because look at it like the tariffs. When Trump started those tariffs, you didn't have to pay tariffs on, say, a car until you bought that car that came in on that ship. And all the other ones on the parking lot of the sales lots, you got for a lower price. The same thing with the oil. Whenever oil jumps up from OPEC or whomever, the prices immediately go to the gas pump. They shouldn't. all that oil in their gas tanks at the gas station, all that oil at the refinery should stay at the lower price until the newer shit comes in, right? Right. But we can't have that. We got to gouge anytime, any way we can. Anyway, so I want to move on that like that from that, and I want to address, as I brought up before, with the U.S. Trumpy taking Venezuela. I don't know if I can't find out if they're still letting oil go to China. It doesn't look like it. And now with the shit going on in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz closed, that is affecting China's oil. But let's see how much. Oh, I forgot to throw this in. Canada produces 95% of its own oil. So it's not like they're importing it from the Middle East or anything, since the U.S. gets most of their oil from Canada. I actually broke out this old tablet I got because I wanted to show a full picture of this, of where China gets its oil from. The Middle East, they get 50% coming from the Middle East. And we got, of course, U.S. intervention in Venezuela disrupts at least 12% of China's oil supply. Russia, they repeat, Russia, Iran, Venezuela account for 33% of China's crude imports. It's, I got to find it. It's 20% coming from, oh, there it is. 20% coming from, that cannot be interfered with. That's coming from a pipeline. The U.S. are they slowing down the oil going to China? Yes, they are slowing it down. Are they going to kill China? Is China going to start sinking ships in the U.S. ships in the Strait or anywhere else? No, that's just there's not going to be no fucking World War III between China and the U.S. There's not going to be no World War III between Iran and its proxies against the U.S. You know, they made the big deal out of Iran bombing the UAE and Kuwait at the U.S. bases and hitting some civilian. And it ain't going to fucking happen. And why does Trump say it's going to be 4+ weeks or as long as it takes? Because with what the hell this dude's doing now, he's going to keep bombing. Anytime he sees the wrong gathering of people, leaders, or troops, they're going to bomb them. Them people, I'm telling you, them people are fucking scared to death over there. But anyway, there's not going to... Is it slowing down and affecting China's oil supply? Yes, it is. Is it shutting it off? No, it isn't. The Google figure I saw said China has up to a 4-month supply of oil reserve. And you say, oh, well, that's not that much. But when they talk about an oil reserve, that means if you're only, or oil reserve, China has up to 4 months. That means if they had to use only their oil reserve, it would last up to 5 months. But it doesn't work like this. This shit's fear porn and all that. Is Trumpy intending to fucking with China? Yes, he is. Do they want to get control of the oil to some degree? Yes, they do. But this is mostly about getting Israel and their, quote unquote proxies off of the backs of Israel. That's what this is about. Pause here. Okay, real quick again, I want to address this whole fertilizer thing again. It doesn't matter, but it does depending how long it goes on. And they can use this, and probably will, matter of fact, have been when we heard about the fertilizer shortages, as a way to say, well, we're having less crops here in the United States and other countries because of the fertilizer shortage. But why do they need more fertilizer? Because of the way they've devastated the soil through overuse and the geoengineering and everything else under the sun. Okay, another thing that's this thing I was just showing here, I'm going to show in a second. All these people out there, social media, our beloved truthers and preppers, and also that dipshit. Cause I listened to some of his videos because Angry Hobo mentioned him, the Black Scout survival dude. He's much as a fucking lame idiot prepper selling shit truther, self-professed Christian as the rest of them fucktards that are making money. But oh my God, what are they going to do when they're done with all these illegal camps? Oh my God, they're only supposed to be there a while, then shipped out. They're going to use all them beds for American citizens. No, they're not. How do I know? Because Trump said so. There's his presidential action order ending crime and disorder on America's streets. Blah, blah, blah. Homeless individuals, tens of billions of dollars on failed this and that. Humane treatment through the appropriate use of civil commitment will restore public order. They're building one, or I don't have oh shit, I didn't get a date on this. Oh, you have to look that up. I don't know if they've actually, I couldn't find it. I failed to look. I think they're already building this thing or have it built. And the outskirts of Salt Lake City, 1,300, a quote unquote services camp. Then, of course, you got the administration is shifting $3.9 billion in federal funds away from. In other words, we're not going to help you with housing. We're going to put you in transitional jail-like facilities. And then this goes with it, obviously, for funding ICE $45 billion to build these places. Over the funding, this funding can support 135. Actually, more, which kind of fits with those numbers with the homeless, doesn't it? Oh, this shit's fucking amazing. Nope, just that real quick. $3.9 billion to place people in permanent housing. Their new homeless illegal immigrant camps. I want to hit this screenshot on the China's oil just so I don't miss it. Top source Russia 20, Middle East 14%, Iraq 11, Iran, so that's 25% there. Russia, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, Brazil, Russia, Iran, Venezuela is supposed to be over 30%. With Venezuela being lesser, Iran obviously being more. Well, let's have another thing that's being hit hard. The trucking industry. Chapter 11 means you don't go out of business. Chapter 7 means you do. STG's big. TGS. I'm not sure about how big Mast and Network and Walmarts are. Chapter 11. Only TGS did Chapter 7. Okay, here's another biggie. Elon Musk and others, all these AI experts that are still working for these places are claiming they quit, and they're warning us of a takeover of AI on us. Okay, this is what I brought up before. Everybody, not everybody, but so many of these truthers have trashed Elon Musk over the years, and as I've said, how come when it's something that fits their fear porn scenario, then it's okay? Why all of a sudden is Musk and these others coming out and warning us of AI taking over our lives or becoming Skynet or whatever the fuck? Bullshit. That just tells me it's bullshit. And I'm going to... Oh, yeah, you need to Google these other countries that are also building these data centers. It's a fucking lot. But anyway, I'm going to say it again. These data centers are not for data. I'm thoroughly 100% convinced it has something to do with the climate engineering, whether to try to control it or to protect us from as it's getting worse or doing some shit. These are not, we don't need all this fucking data. Give me a fucking, put our brains in robots or put our brains into computers or so AI could turn us all into zombies with a chip in our fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. It's got something to do with the climate change, the weather. I guarantee that, but let's roll on. Like I said, they want to believe these idiots when it fits their agenda. And why are they all coming out and saying this? Oh, they suddenly want to save us? Give me a break. I want to address this horse shit too, because it's being repeated now lately on channels and, of course, here. Universal basic income. Why can I continue now, especially under Trump, to call BS on there's going to be on universal basic? And so many of this shit's just distractions and diversions to get all of us, us truthers, our preppers and patriots, and know what's going on. Again, preppers are the government's secret weapon because we're all training and prepping to run and hide and not fight a fucking thing. But why do I know there's not going to be no universal basic income? Because Trump, if he could right now, he would annihilate, he would just get rid of Medicare, Medicaid, any food stamp. He would, if he could get away with it, it'd be gone. That's why he did as much as he could to reduce it. If they wanted to give us universal basic income, they'd be tweaking it, not reducing it, and trying to get rid of it. So, oh, wake the fuck up. Okay, now let's hit what's really important along the things of low fertilizer. Let me pause here. Okay, let's hit some of the climate change brought about to you by geoengineering. Michigan just had those 4 tornadoes. Their earliest on record was, the closest was, let's see, we got May, June, April. So this is the earliest, roughly the beginning of March here. So that's obviously freaking insane. And to have 4 of them. 131 years of tracking record heat, California. Is this where did it hit 106? Anyway, you see it keeps getting warmer. These records aren't fake. Oh, 106 of Texas weather. Was this some lake? Is it on here? Yeah, but it actually hit 106, and there are a couple other places in South Texas hit 104. And, oh, don't forget those tornadoes that hit Michigan. It's winter. It's the beginning of March, and they even show the film footage of one of us lifting up ice as it crosses a part of a lake. And we still got the snow droughts. This is all over the West. Not they never show all the states in these articles. You got to look them up. Thailand's unprecedented heat wave. We're switching with cool. Same shit all over the place. Warm, dry weather disrupts Colorado insect and plant cycles. This is This is so insane how bad it's going to get. Wait till we see the Colorado River this year, the Missouri River, the Mississippi River, and all that good shit. This is just going to continue to get so fucking bad. I mean, it's so much easier to store food than water if you got a well. Make sure you got a hand pump or a bucket or whatever, because this is just going to keep getting so fucking bad. And if you're not watching him, Dane Wigington, if you're not familiar with Dane Wigington, he does a weekly radio broadcast out of California. Every Saturday, he puts his videos on YouTube. All you have to do is stick in your earpiece and listen. You can do it while you're driving or watching porn or watching Fox or CNN or Richie from Boston, whoever the fuck it is you love. You only have to listen, so there's no eye candy. I know people need eye candy when they're doing shit. But anyway, let me pause here and see. Oh, I got that Bronco pen at the Goodwill last week. Yes, I'm a big Broncos fan. I don't give a shit about football fixed or whatever. They're not all fixed, but let's roll on. And of course, this kind of shit's going to continue. Hotter weather south is becoming a breeding ground for mold. Keep going here. I think I had another one. Oh, yeah, the bird flu is expanding some seal pups. I know people always say everything like this H5N1 or all them that get out and get spread or this other other shit like that. Every time something like this comes up, all these channels, our beloved truther channels and prepper channels, put it out there. Oh, the government created this. The government did it. No, they fucking didn't. Give me a break. Maybe did they create the original one? Maybe, maybe not. We do not know. I don't care what any of these motherfuckers say or what's going on in a bio lab. Yes, they could have, but we don't know. And people don't get it. As this shit comes out, and as our climate keeps deteriorating and we get this hotter, moister, even hotter, but especially the hotter, moister weather, it breeds this kind of shit. It really fucking does. And we've always got to be on the watch. I mean, oh, that's another thing. To go along with, I've talked about Angry Hobo. I've talked about other channels. I've talked about it over the years. The fear porn coming out with these channels. I know we're not fear porning, we're just warning you so you can buy this and that through me. But another part of that didn't occur to me until it was before I did my last video and I forgot it was on my notes. But another thing they're creating in people is anxiety, especially meaning the fight or flight syndrome. These people that pay attention to these channels all the time and live by their info, or they're just waiting for some sort of Armageddon event so they can go hide in their cave or their tent and get killed off in whatever amount of time. But anyway, they're living in constant state of fight or flight. Do you realize how many of these people, millions of people watching these fucking idiots across this country, are just waiting for a code word whether they want it to happen or they're just fucking scared? Being in that, they're creating what the government wants them to create, which is a constant state of fear and anxiety. And of course, it has everything all these people put out. I don't give a fuck what channel you are. Has people sitting at home or in their car or at work watching their phone, watching their favorite YouTuber, BitShooter, Joe Rogan, podcasters, or whatever the fuck. This lame ass dumb shit that has everybody thinking about stuff, talking about stuff, yapping about stuff, and buying shit and doing absolutely nothing about anything. I mean, and of course we were trained into that a long time ago. Oh, let me see if I have anything else. I have to show a few more headlines that I Googled as I was listening to Dane Wigington the last 2 Saturdays. Massive power grid failure, nearly 80% of Paraguay. Australia, once in a generation level of rain again. France ends 40-day record streak of rain, and then they went to drought. Hopefully I got a screenshot of that. Yep, then the temperatures went up to 122. Oh, is that the same place? Did I get the same one? Oh, France, Australia. My bad. But it went to, you could, hopefully I have it anyway. Spain, record 59 forest fires within 24 hours. Greece pledges 35 to restore after devastating floods. China experiencing endless risk of possibly record-breaking heat. 122 degrees in some regions. Where the hell are we here? I don't know why I don't get that backup thing off my freaking phone. Once in a 30 years drought. This is May. Where the hell is this? Anyway, let's go on. Where is this fire? February 22nd. Alligator Alley. Yeah, Florida's got fires going. Hotter weather south. Okay, let me pause here. Oh, I got to show this here. But when my sister and I move next year, we're going to get one of these setups. Not 10 batteries, but this EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra X. Fucking awesome. Yeah, we're gonna get a setup of that with the 5 batteries. But see you later. Bye. Oh, until then, enjoy the shit show and don't take it too seriously. Just ride through it and ride with it.